There was also questions about Austin Dillon and Ross Chastain and how they were driving as Chevy cars with William Byron being ahead of them as a Chevy driver, William trying to maintain a position. Same conversation was going on, sidebar with Bubba Wallace. Did he have a tire go down? Did he not? And we've seen these things for years. This is part of our sport, right, wrong, or indifferent. It is. There is several kind of manipulation tactics that sometimes take place within manufacturers and teams, right?
Well, we openly talk about it at the speedways all the time, right? Like it's definitely a manufacturer race. There's a plan that goes along with it, and the rest of the races are no different. And I hate to tell you, but if you're not into the politics of whatever you're doing, you're in big trouble, because there's politics in everything that we do. And I think when you look at the things that the manufacturers talk about and the things that the teams talk about, the things that they need to execute and how you help the partners that are within the same brand, not new. And this system makes you do things that are uncomfortable, and you push them until you get to a point where you get in trouble. Whether it's,
have you
doing what you have to do on a restart, doing what you have to do during the race. I mean, there are just things that you have to do, and unfortunately, it comes down to one point here and there, and everybody is well informed of where that sits, and so we talk about it on the speedways, and I just don't think it's any different. And when I look at that scenario, it doesn't rub me the wrong way like it does other people. Mm-hmm. That's a product of what you do. And this is a big business. There are a lot of politics involved in it. There are 3 manufacturers that are involved in it. And there is a much more open dialogue and communication of the expectations of who you help and when you help them and how you help them. So it's a tough spot. It's a tough scenario to be in. I've been in them. 2020, we didn't make the championship 4, and Christopher Bell was told not to pass Denny Ham or Kyle Busch. I had a teammate that was asleep at the wheel that finished right in front of me, and we didn't really correct that.
He's still your teammate, isn't he? That guy.
But I think when you look at it and you look back to 2012 when Boyer spun out and they had all the things that happened and they added Jeff Gordon into this, it's a tough line to say what's too far. Right? What's too far? And when you go back and you look at last night, the 23 car was still in inspection, sitting there with Ryan Blaney. And I'm sure that it was, okay, is there something broke? Is there a tire flat? I think there's a lot of questions that come from both scenarios with the 24 and the 20 and the 23. So, I'm not saying that anything was right or wrong, because I don't have those answers. I think those are answers that we're going to have to hear from NASCAR, and what they think and what that line is.
Yeah.
So I have 2 questions for you, because of course the Twitter trolls lit up last night, just their frustration with this format. But don't you feel like it still took place with the other format as well? I mean, there was some possibility for it, even with the way the old points were.
Yeah, well, and I think that a lot of these scenarios, I think with the old points, look, let's face it, this format is exciting. We do not have the best 4 cars in the championship 4. We do not have the cars that have had the best season in the championship 4. Now, we do have a regular season champ with Tyler Reddick, but he's not the regular season champ if Kyle Larson shows up to Charlotte.
Right. If he makes it, yeah.
So, arguably the 5 car was the best car of the season. And this is not, we missed it in 2020, won 9 races, and didn't make the championship 4. And it comes down to these scenarios. So, as I look back and think about this, I love the entertainment. I love the excitement of what we just watched in the playoffs. Now, do I think that the regular season and the points and everything is rewarded heavily enough? No.
Right.
So I'm going to throw this out there.
Solutions.
I don't have a solution, but I have an idea.
We talked about this last week.
This is the worst thing that they ever imagined walking into a KHI meeting is, I got an idea. So here's the idea.
I hope y'all sitting down.
I think, what if we took the regular season champ and he got an automatic bid into the Final 4?
Yes. We've
heard this scenario talked about a ton. It's 26 races. It's not just about winning in the regular season. Right. It's important, but then it adds this element of points, because that's what we do. We reward the regular season points champion
with a spot.
with a spot
because of their body of work the whole
he's
time.
He's in the championship 4.
That championship meant something because you won it.
That's
now
right. So you go to the championship 4.
Oh, yeah.
Well, guess what? Second place, you're going to go to the championship 8.
You're going to go round of 8.
And your third place guy, he's going to go to the championship 12. Fourth, you're going to be in the 16. Because then it at least gives you something in the regular season to not only race for first, but we're racing for first, second, third, and fourth. You got the championship points and an automatic berth into each round of the playoffs. That, to me, it actually makes winning
even more exciting,
more important in the playoffs because of the fact that your championship 4 now only has 3. We'd have 3 winners in the championship 4 with Tyler Reddick.
Right.
Well, I guess not this year, but in theory, you could have the 3 winners and your championship, regular season champ in the final 4 that come from the round of 8.
Yeah.
So, I think that at least gives you a little more weight towards the points and the regular season, and it kind of helps balance some of this. The best cars having the opportunity to be in the championship 4. So, our regular season champ is in the championship 4 this year, which is Tyler Reddick.
Right.
I think it could be argued that that it definitely doesn't have the fastest 4 cars or the best season of the 4 cars in the championship 4. So. We'll just leave that out there for a little bit of debate.
Idea.
Yeah, no, because
here's
the thing. I don't think you get the run by Ryan Blaney at the end of Martinsville without the winning in your end system.
But it eliminates all the other crap.
Right, it eliminates all the other stuff, and it gives our purists, our traditional fans, the points.
Yeah,
old style points deal like everyone wants. Cool. Love that. It rewards the team that did it and the driver that did it. You're all the way in the championship.
Yeah. Because technically there's only 3 spots.
Right. And now you have to stay locked in through this playoffs. Like, you can think about Phoenix, but now you got to be.
You got 3 races and 3 rounds, and somebody won all 3 of those races to get into the championship 4. So.
I like it.
I do too. I've always had an issue. Well, I always had an issue with the team that had the most wins not getting to go, but I think this kind of takes care of that because you would assume. Well, I guess Reddick didn't have the most.
No,
wins.
you don't need to have the most.
It's kind of skewed this year because of Kyle Larson missing a race.
Right.
Well, Kyle Larson was going to be the regular season champ if he just shows up at Charlotte. We won't probably ever see that scenario again. I hope. Right. With everything that we do. But it's just like when we talked about that scenario of the waiver and everything that goes with the waiver. Winning fixes the whole waiver problem. If you don't have enough points or you miss a race and that's your decision.
The win is the waiver, you said.
A win is a waiver. Win is a waiver. And guess what? In the last round, if there's 3 spots, you got 3 winners like you had this year, and then you got your, if it was Kyle Larson that was actually going to be the regular season champ, he'd be in the final 4. So unique scenario this year. With Tyler Reddick winning the regular season championship because Kyle Larson missed a race. But he's in there anyway. So
yeah, I think like that would light a fire under some of their asses. I swear they win a race and they just it's not that they quit trying.
It makes the regular season a little bit more intense as well. Because if you get into that final 4, at least you're going to be locked in because there's going to be some sort of scenario at some point where they get winners that go all the way down through 16.
Right.
And
we've had that.
We've been really close the last couple of years. And I think when you look at having those guys stacked in those 12-8 championship round, it takes 1 spot away. So having those, finishing in the top 3 in the points really becomes more valuable. And I think it adds a fuel to the fire to not just win races and just throw caution to the wind.
Right.
In all scenarios, there's also a points element that comes with that first 26.
Yeah, I agree.
It's great.
Yeah, because that's part of the thing when people show me on Twitter or whatever what the old points would look like. Yes. Well, they're racing very differently.
Right.
You're going to race with a little bit more tactic when there's points involved versus just wins.
Yeah.
So I like it.
Okay. Well, we'll have to see if maybe NASCAR is listening and
I know they're listening.
Kevin's opinions here. I like it.
Hey race fans, thanks for watching our video. For all NASCAR on Fox News, content, and the best clips from Fox Sports, be sure to follow and subscribe to our channel.